Hey Canucks fans, welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary for Wednesday, April the 24th. I'm Clay Emo, I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founding member of the GLCBC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. I hope you'll forgive me. I'm not going to talk about the Canucks today because I can't get over what I witnessed last night. I'm sure many of you cannot get over what you witnessed last night. I am still processing what I witnessed last night. I'm, of course, talking about the San Jose Sharks 5-4 overtime victory over the Vegas Golden Knights in Game 7. San Jose moves on to face Colorado. Meanwhile, Vegas is left to wonder what happened. And this is what happened. Vegas had a 3-0 lead in Game 7 with 10 minutes to go. Everything looked fine. In fact, I was watching the game with my lovely wife, Gail, and with Jacob and Kayla. Our eldest Sean was bowling in his Tuesday night league, and we were talking about, well, Vegas looks good. They look solid. They're not making any mistakes. This is gonna, they just got to get through these next 10 minutes. I even tweeted as I'm watching Vegas and San Jose. I said it's kind of cool or ironic or fitting. I said as this series comes to a close, that's actually the term I use. As I watch the close of the series, I'm reflecting on these are the two cities, the two teams whose arenas I went to. It's kind of cool. I went to the San Jose Sharks arena in January for the All-Star game and festivities. And I was in Vegas, as you know, last month, hanging out with Louie, watching the Vegas Golden Knights in their, as they were closing out the season. So yeah, the two teams, the two arenas that I was at this season, Vegas and San Jose, playing in a Game 7. Kind of cool too. And then it happened. I remember I was taking a bite of my sushi, I think. And then the next thing I know is Joe Pavelski's laying there on the ice. And we all know what happened. We've all seen the replay. Basically, Eakin and Pavelski in a face-off in the Vegas Golden Knights zone. Eakin gives Pavelski a cross-check, not on his face, but across his chest. And that's what players do. That's what centers do, right? As they're jostling for positioning off the face-off. A very important face-off, obviously. So Eakin, who had scored earlier in the night as well, Eakin gives Pavelski a cross-check. Pavelski's obviously not expecting it, or maybe he was expecting it, but he's fishing for the puck. So he's off balance, and that's fair. He's off balance. But as he's falling back or turning sideways, Paul Stastny, who's also in the scrum, in the face-off circle, trying to gain position, gives Pavelski a shove. Not a hard shove, not an egregious shove, not an aggressive shove, but immediately he gave him a shove like players do. But unfortunately, the combination of Stastny's shove with Pavelski already being off balance a little bit from Eakin's shove or cross-check, he fell very awkwardly on to one side of his face and basically took a lot of the impact of the ice onto his face first. So it was a very scary moment. Obviously, Eakin's not a dirty player. Stastny's not a dirty player. They play hard, but certainly no one wants to see that. And I know, I don't know this, but I'm pretty sure they weren't trying to injure Joe Pavelski. I think they were trying to win a faceoff and gain control of the puck in their zone. Regardless, Pavelski goes down, gets cut. Very scary sight, actually, as he laid motionless. They call, the play dead. And then Pavelski, after a few minutes, is able to get off, with the help of teammates, get off the ice. Good. That's a good thing. No stretcher, nothing like that. But Eakin is giving a 5-minute major penalty for cross-checking and in a game misconduct, I believe. I can't remember if it's a 10-minute misconduct or game misconduct. I think it was game misconduct. So he got 5 in the game, and he gets ushered off the ice, debris being thrown at him. Obviously, San Jose Sharks fans are fuming. We know what happens afterwards. We know that the San Jose Sharks, on that ensuing power play, score 4 times in the span of 4 minutes and 1 second. In 241 seconds, it goes Couture, then Hurdle on a deflection, then Couture again, and then Kevin LeBlanc, who's a monster. He assisted actually on the other 3 power play goals, and then he gets the 4th one. So 4 power play goals in the span of 4 minutes and 1 second. And then we know that Marchessault ties it up, I think it was him, with 47 seconds left. Crazy game, goes into overtime, and then San Jose Sharks on a goal by Barclay Goodrow, or I like to say Barclay Good Goal, on a really nice deke around Fleury. Deke where Fleury actually didn't poke check for some reason, which he had done earlier, against Timo Meier in the overtime period. Back and forth overtime, crazy overtime, screaming. I was so excited. And it was a good game because Jacob, who doesn't know anything about hockey, as you guys know, he watched the whole thing. My lovely wife, Gail, was screaming while we were eating our sushi. I don't think she even knows to this day, to this moment, who was playing, but she was excited. So all in all, it was a very exciting overtime, and San Jose wins as first world problems. I basically lose 2 hockey pools because of that. And 2 of my pools, I needed Vegas and Washington to go through. So if Washington loses tonight, that's moot as well. But if Vegas and Washington went through, I would have likely won 2 hockey pools. So that cost me a couple $100. Not that that's what it's about. But all in all, crazy, crazy night. But let's get back to the call. I put it on Twitter. I said, what's the bigger issue to you? Is it the fact that that penalty was called a major? Or is it the fact that the Vegas Golden Knights allowed 4 power play goals? And I obviously get that you can't have one without the other. The only reason why Vegas was shorthanded is because they were called, that first one was called a penalty. Although many are arguing that that should have been, A, either not a penalty. It's unfortunate that Pavelski got hurt, but that's not a penalty. Or B, maybe a 2-minute minor for cross-checking. But it wasn't a cross-check to the face like the NHL thought it was, or the referees thought it was. And I get it. The refs are acting in the heat of the moment. They're dropping the puck with 10 minutes to go. The next thing they know, they see a star player for the San Jose Sharks motionless on the ice, face down, bleeding. Like, I get how scary that looks. But did any of them not see that it wasn't a cross-check to the face? You got 4 guys there. Sure, one guy maybe he's not watching because he's dropping the puck. He's making sure his hand doesn't get whacked off. But the other 3 guys should be looking at what's happening. And they should have figured out, maybe it was the angles, and maybe it happened quick, right? Cross-check, and then a push down, and then next thing you know, Pavelski's motionless on the ice. But it's really unfortunate that the Vegas Golden Knights season basically ended with that one missed call. Because we know prior to that, Vegas Golden Knights looked like they're in complete control of the game. They look complete control. They're up 3-0 with 10 minutes to go, and San Jose did not look dangerous. Fleury looked on top of this game. But then, as we know, San Jose came out with a vengeance, fans screaming bloody murder for blood, and then the Sharks pumping 4 goals past Marc-Andre Fleury. So then I put it on Twitter. I said, which was the bigger issue? The fact that it was a penalty, or a major penalty, or the fact that it was, the Knights let in 4 power play goals? And, it got a lot of votes on Twitter, almost 200 votes in the first hour or so. And 65% of you were saying it's actually, the issue was the fact that they gave up 4 power play goals. 35% of you saying, no, it's the fact that it was called a major. And again, I get that one can't happen without the other. So I don't know if that's people they're kind of happy to see Vegas fail. I don't know if it's people simply saying, no, even a Canucks power play. Actually, let's connect this to the Canucks. Do you guys think that in that situation in San Jose, that the Vancouver Canucks could have killed off that power play? Maybe not allowing 4 goals, just 3 goals, 2 goals, or even 1 goal. Because it wasn't a 5-on-3 for 5 minutes. It was a 5-on-4. And generally, if you extrapolate percentages, if a good power play, penalty kill team can kill 80% of the time, right? 4 out of 5 kills, that means their opposing teams are scoring once every 2 minutes. Then at most you think San Jose would score 1 or maybe at most 2 goals, right? 2 goals in those 5 minutes. But 4 goals in 5 minutes, technically 4 goals in 4 minutes, it was crazy. And I get there's momentum. The fans were going nuts. San Jose was very motivated seeing one of their best players go down. Couture was a madman, unstoppable. LeBlanc was unstoppable. Obviously 4 assists or 4 points in those 4 minutes. But still, it was crazy. And I was actually thinking as I was watching this, would a unit of Beagle and Roussel or Beagle and Mott with Edler and Tanev in the back end, or Edler and Stetcher, whoever you have, and Mark Net, would a Vancouver Canucks team in that situation, would that Vancouver Canucks team have given up 4 power play goals in the span of 4 minutes? Would they have basically given away or lost a first-round playoff series in that pressure-packed moment to the San Jose Sharks? It's kind of fascinating to think about. Sadly, we don't have to think about it because the Vancouver Canucks didn't make the playoffs soon, but not this season. But yes, it means that the Vegas Golden Knights are now hitting the golf course. They cannot get to the Stanley Cup Finals for a second straight year. I know some fans were happy who think everything was handed to Vegas. I was upset, not upset, but I would prefer them gone through, not just for the hockey pool, but I like Vegas more than I like the San Jose Sharks. So a lot of things to dissect, but really it's unfortunate that Eakin got called for that major, and he's a major player. He would have been on that penalty kill. He was a staple of their third line. A third line that would have helped shut down, lock down the rest of that game. So obviously, major ramifications. The 5-minute major, Eakin gets tossed from the game, 4 power play goals. All those things. So much to talk about, so much to dissect. But my main question, two main questions to you hockey fans, is what do you think was the bigger story there? Was it the fact that it was a 5-minute major, or was it the fact that the Vegas Golden Knights allowed 4 power play goals? That's question number 1. And as a side question, a side poll, so to speak, number 2, do you think the Vancouver Canucks, in that situation, would they have been able to not allow 4 power play goals in a span of a 5-minute major power play? Lots of things to think about. Leave a comment below. I'd love to read, react, and reply to your comments. Subscribe if you like to. Like this video if you like to. We got one more Game 7. Washington and Carolina today. Can Washington be at least the only division winner to make it through to the second round? You can comment on that below. Leave your prediction below as well. Have a great day. God bless. And go Canucks go.